Welcome to our Club STEM training for the month of April. Today we are going to discuss fingerprints under the Tennessee Science strand of heredity. We are going to look at identifying ridge patterns in fingerprints and then also look at how to lift fingerprints. I hope you will join us for Club STEM today.
Last year, the day after, she was like, we're going to do this and this. And
We're going to take one of those. Everybody's going to get a card, and then what you're going to do, and yes. I expect as many as you have, that's okay. What you're going to do is you're going to take the ink pad and you're going to actually put your fingerprints on the sheet. So if you can be as quick as you can. And also take note of what fingerprints are supposed to be where. Now, in doing this, of course, in doing this activity, you want to talk to the kids about different things and talking about things that make each person individually unique and those types of things. And then, hopefully, they will be able to tell you. You don't have to do the very bottom. Just do the top rows. Yeah, don't worry about doing the very bottom. But in talking about things that make us individually unique, you can also talk about heredity, and this is the actual academic strand in which this activity would fall under. Because there are things that we actually inherit from our parents, characteristics and traits, that make us look and sometimes act a certain way, but not necessarily our fingerprints. Our fingerprints are unique to each individual person. So then that can lead into a discussion and talking about why should people be fingerprinted? Why should people be fingerprinted? So you can be identified, okay? And then you could also talk about what types of professions are fingerprinted. I know that all of us are fingerprinted, right? And background check, and things like that. But then also, I don't know, I've told this story a few times. A few years ago, I had somebody break into my car. Broad daylight, I was actually teaching at the time. I was teaching at Tusculum. And I finished a class, and it was not a very good class. And so I went to celebrate by myself that the class was over. And I went to eat lunch, and I came out, and I was walking towards my car, and a guy came up to me, and he said, "Is that your car?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "Somebody just busted your back window out and took a bag out. And they stole my laptop out of there, and it was a very old laptop and not worth anything. But called the police, and the person who decided to steal from me was not very bright, because when they busted my back window, they actually opened my car door and they got their thumbprint. And so they were actually able to identify that person because that person was in the system, and he'd actually done some other bad things to other people, and he was actually arrested. So, true story that that actually does work, and they were actually able to identify the person based on the fingerprint. So, yeah. All right, so as the fingerprint things come around, go ahead and start looking at your fingerprints themselves. If y'all can pass that to where two people can go at the same time, that'd be good. There we go. Michelle's like hogging the fingerprint. What's up with that? But go ahead and start looking at your fingerprints and see if you notice any type of ridges and or patterns. And we're going to talk about that here in just a minute. And I have baby wipes if you want to wipe your. Of course, I have baby wipes. Those are actually in my office, in my defense. So, do you notice anything about your fingerprints? You have to turn them over to look. You have to actually tell us. Notice swirls.
I got a line that goes across my left thumb. It's
Okay.
kinda weird.
Is
I
it
just
kinda
noticed
strange?
it. Yeah, I just noticed it because
Okay.
it's.
Okay. What about like your, let's say, take a look at your right and left index finger. Do the fingerprints look similar?
Do they look the same?
Mm-hmm. They do look similar?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No. Like, I went like this after I finished. I was like,
No, I read.
Ah,
So I did the same thing.
Cassie's little league as a guy. Look, every game. Yeah.
Don't cry.
Nothing. There's like 2 games most of
Look at that. What's wrong with your thumb? What's wrong with your thumb? You got the biggest thumb in the world.
That's like kind of blocky.
I rolled it. I rolled
I
it.
gotta roll.
There you are,
I
friends.
have done this like 7 times. Oh, thank you.
And so you have to know your right from your left.
Yes, I
How did that finger work out for you?
You have to know your rights from your left. All right, now have a sheet. Oh, that's fine. Have a sheet. You'll pass those around. It allows you to identify. Yes, we'll just pass down. Allows you to identify the different types of patterns and ridges that you have. Are you sure? I don't know. Okay. All right. So take a look. Once you're finished with your patterns, let's go ahead and take a look and see which type of patterns your fingerprints have. See if you can identify those.
You want to stick that over there?
Yes, right
Okay.
here. Me too, I got one plane.
Do you have a double loop world?
I don't. I have plain ours.
Okay.
Where's your double?
Oh my gosh, yours is so whirly. So whirly.
My left hand.
Okay. Would anybody have a central pocket world? Central pocket world? Okay. Now, do you have certain characteristics on one hand and not the other?
Yes.
You can't really tell.
I don't like to give out all my.
I understand.
I really don't know what I have. I really don't.
You don't know what you have? Do you need to reprint?
I messed this one up.
It's like 5 different things. It's crazy. I don't know.
Maybe if I do this.
Yeah. Well, how you can tell them that you're doing it in case their kids, something happens and they need to, like, if they get lost or something, you have like a little.
Stuff. These types of stuff.
So you have your
They're
magnifying
like,
glass. we can
no,
check
no,
for
the police are like, well, what? Let me get a picture. I got one picture.
I've got one finger.
Right. Let me get a picture of the child.
We have no pictures, but just pictures.
Yeah, so we're going to show, we're going to actually lift some. So that'll be good. You'll have fingerprints. You'll be able to just have them all. That'll be good. Okay. All right, what we're going to do now, because you have your fingerprints there and you have your identification chart, what you're going to do now is you are going to complete fingerprint analysis. Now, what I would suggest is maybe taking this group, maybe dividing you all into two, or maybe some of y'all come over here, something like that, so it's not so big, much. Or y'all can stay together as friends. You don't want to, but. We're not friendly. Oh, come over here, y'all. Something.
Thank you, Kevin.
Okay. Yeah.
Boo.
All right. Well, if you don't want to stay here, that's fine, but I might suggest maybe like one group down there and one group down there. All right. And what you're going to do is each person you're going to go through and you're going to classify the number of arches, loops, and whorls. Okay? And you're going to come down through here and you're going to make a little chart with people in your group. Okay? And then we're going to, all of our males over here. So in your groups, you're not going to necessarily have any males. But once they're finished as well, we can actually look at it and see if there are certain characteristics that are more predominantly male versus female, that kind of thing. Okay? All right. Here you go. Go ahead. Everybody gets a sheet. And you can go ahead and get started with your fingerprint analysis. Okay. All right. Now, this is not easy. This is not easy. I struggled with it yesterday. I struggled with it again this morning, but I was able finally to get it done. So I think we'll be okay. All right. Well, what you're going to do, you can, like, if you want to use one of these coffee mugs. I was able to lift a print off one of these discs. I thought that was, I was like, I was successful about that because it was not easy to do. All right, well, what you're going to do is you're going to put your fingerprint on something. I did my thumbprint, and I felt like that was probably good. And I was sitting here holding it because I really wanted to make it work. But then after our print, okay.
Yeah.
What you're going to do, this is like fingerprinting. So what you're going to do,
Remember this one? This one.
yes, so you just want to, like you put, like I put my thumbprint here, and you can see it like where it is. So then you lay this on your face, because this stuff gets kind of messy, and then you brush it. You don't want to use a lot of the powder. And it says brush between your thumb and your other fingers. You kind of, yes, you kind of brush it around. And then what you'll do is you can, I have some extra tape, and then this is fingerprint lifting tape. And then you lay it down on top of your fingerprint, and then you can pull it off. I need to do it. It's packing tape.
Just do the different names.
So we can charge. Alright, so go ahead and, while I'm working on this one, go ahead and pick whichever thing you might want to try. Probably that.
This one. Misha, this one's tinted.
That does it. I meant for
I said 8 oranges and 2 worlds, and it says 5%.
So what you do is you're gonna put
I
down.
don't think that
This is
that's right.
I have nothing but orange.
that not weird? I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, Trail Sweet.
That's like it was either Kim or Kira. The only one I looked at was the these are all orange.
You said a little bit of it, and then you'll take, he's gonna take and put it on your card. Put it on the blank side of your card. Okay? Alright, so everybody knows what's up? Well, we're just playing that.
So you're on the slick side.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay?
Most of it is literally right there.
You're gonna right, that's where you have to put your notes. When you're investigating, that's where your notes go.
It did down here.
But I think you've got a lot of loops in world.
You know what?
No, I actually put too much.
Hey, how many y'all is this?
Yes,
I do not have that, but I will go get you. Yeah. You should see.
Okay, so how many hours? Oh, she don't have. Okay. Does she How many she got? You wouldn't know because she's still on Hall's pals. That's still good. I know.
Go ahead and have me on first. How about 28?
You got, I got you too. You should come over to my club and work that day before.
I have way too many. It's because like my school classes, counted, and then CPR again, and then it's not like 15
I don't know. I just
Say notes.
You can get another card. Oh, the federal.
Scissors. Okay. Now, after you've done that, can you identify your own fingerprint?
I got about 5 ounces this pattern. Identify the pattern.
But no, I mean, I see the line in the middle, it's just, what I'm looking for is something.
Yes.
This right here.
Yes.
I don't have that.
Okay.
Well, it's
Okay.
working right where that is.
Yes.
Because when I laid the tape down, I went like this, actually.
Yes. Okay, well, you can do it again. Yeah, do it again. Okay.
Let's see what the pattern, it slides.
All right, so you, are you identifying your patterns? So everybody is.
Oh, no.
That's what she. How are we doing? Are we doing well? Oh, look at hers. Yeah.
Yeah, 4
There's all right there.
31 arches.
One.
You got it.
You don't need a whole lot of powder. And definitely you don't want to, like you lift your tape, don't smear it. You want to put it down, straight up. Yep. When you're finished, you can. Yeah, you don't care. You have to. Your son, there you go. There you go, finesse. That is on Thomas. I don't know if you're on familiar with Thomas. Yes, they wish and whoosh a lot on Thomas. I don't know what that means exactly, wishing and whooshing, but they do wish and whoosh.
8. She got 8. I got 1.
Are you done?
You're just making up stuff.
She said she only had 2 watches, so you only got 8 pictures left. She ain't
How
gonna
is
lose
it?
Okay, so what we got?
You just smart person.
Over and over top.
I am good, very lightly. Very lightly.
That's too much.
You gotta calculate. Yeah,
18.
there she goes.
I have 4.
I got two really bad changes. This is where you have to use the first one.
In worlds.
All right, let's
I
try
have 8
this.
worlds.
See if it works.
I got 8 fingers,
We got 8 fingers.
Okay?
Well, I ain't gonna tell you.
What y'all think?
Well, down there when they-
It's not easy.
And Luke 22.
I got it right here.
You got it?
Just watch.
Okay, how much you got?
8.
Yeah, if you wanna do it again, you should. 21.
That was awful. But it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's a reason why people are trained to do this type of thing. And really what
Try it
happened,
again. All right.
what would happen is the kids would be really good at it.
52.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it usually is anyway. They're really good at stuff. So let me see yours. Oh, yours is good. Yeah. Yours is really good, Danny.
First one was
We're trying, Dr. Paul.
Yeah.
My problem
Well,
is
you're
I
probably pulling at mine too. Where I pulled my And now are you rolling it?
I am rolling it. The problem was I wasn't touching it last time.
Oh yeah, but it started out really good.
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah.
The same identifier though.
Yeah.
Well, I can definitely see how it works.
Yeah.
It's not worried about it. That's it.
I'm blocking every website y'all got. Yeah, I love it. I'm telling you, I got a vision. Everybody give me everybody. Oh, some of us have it. Others don't.
We were like way off.
I keep on it down.
Okay. 60% for loops and loops
All this.
We're not the typical population.
Well, we have 2 people with
The storm.
They're making us look.
So you all are, 60% for loops? Y'all had 13? It's pretty good. You all have abnormal fingerprints.
Or we can read them.
Or you can't read them.
or we're not friends.
Yes. Or you can figure out what they are.
Yes, I.
Yes, I.
I probably.
How'd you do?
I probably got all this. And I ain't got none of this, baby. I got all this.
But probably. Like teeth like this.
Yes, and they will probably do very well. It's us, we don't do well.
We can have a mock.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cockpit's not about some costume.
Yeah.
Don't take something out of there.
I say you're good and
We got more. Okay. All right, so your statistics are weird and off. Okay, what about your girls?
Without being threatened.
Your girls off too? A little bit? Okay.
Always kidding.
You all have 40% loops,
But
35 for worlds.
Jordan, what you got?
Okay.
Arts, worlds, you got them all in one? You're always abnormal. You're like, I have a new fingerprint.
new discovered finger. No, actually, I have 2 different prints, one on each hand. One hand's one thing, one hand's the other. I swear, look at it. I'm not lying. You can re-look at it.
Okay. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to switch spots.
They got big
Switch
fingerprint.
spots. You are
It's
coming
because
here.
I roll. If you've never been fingerprinted, you roll.
But you did good.
You roll. I did the correct way.
All right, guys, y'all moving over here. Everybody's moving over to your social tables.
Yeah.
This table's got the black powder on it.
Oh, you already did it?
That's why they get inside.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yes, it's,
And
I'm
on to
gonna
that.
move in my spot.
Boom. We did it too.
Did it right.
Okay.
Yours stay over there, you do it.
They're gonna do great.
A mile away. That's you.
All right. Yes, you testing for evidence, testing for prints.
That was a great Howard experiment.
There's two different ones.
Two, you did good.
I did not, it's one out in
You like the trio
did
max?
this.
I got
Because I did this.
Ah, yes. These are the classic, the tall ones and the new ones. Do what? Yeah. All right, you don't need a lot of black powder. Just saying. I know. Hey.
I'll leave that. You gonna throw change in there? You gonna throw change in there?
Okay, all right, so what you're gonna do, we've got some discs. There, that's what I used this morning. And then we have some mugs that need to dry for a few more minutes. And what you're gonna do is, or you can use something else, like if you have something that you would rather use of your own and not use these things, that's fine as well. What you're gonna do, you're going to put your print or fingerprints on the item, whatever that's gonna be, okay? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the brush and a small amount of the black powder, and you're gonna dust the fingerprint, okay? Now, what is recommended, or what I found to be recommended, is that when you dust between, like you roll it between your thumb and your other fingers. So it dusts like over it, like around it, like that, okay? Then after you do that, you're gonna use, you can use the packing tape or the quote-unquote fingerprint lifting tape. You know, you will use that and you'll put it on the item to try to lift up the fingerprint. Now, if you smear it, it'll smudge. Okay, so you need to either go down and go straight up. All right, and then once you're finished with that, you're gonna put your piece of tape in the back of the card. Okay. All right, does everybody understand what we're doing? Okay, and then the scissors there. Okay. So first thing you need to do is you need to identify what object you would like to use. You can do this more than once if you prefer. Select the object you want to use and then go ahead and get started with the brushing. There's some more paper. There's some more big paper right there. This stuff is very messy, as you can see. Okay. Pass that all around. Okay. Okay. All right. Now what you guys are doing is you're working on your statistics. Okay. All right. As a group.
All right, so we're gonna, it may be different this year since it's on Monday.
I'm allergic to that black dust.
This one.
Easily. I got to have one, but yes. There you go. Okay. Make sure everybody's on task. Okay.
Bridget, we're gonna edit this part.
We're gonna edit this part where I'm just.
Yeah, I can actually see it on there. See it?
Cause it's all, everything's going on that table. This is.
There's a lot of them.
They are.
What are you supposed to do with that?
That's not good. I was really hoping to edit this. I
So
have.
after she gets the tape,
Yes.
I think there's my bag. Or not, like answer the questions.
Yes.
I thought you were supposed to do something at that.
This hand, I feel like a 10
On the back.
Plain art usually goes out like that.
Those, I have
And this finger right here.
I'm very
Oh, but it's not gonna pull it.
you're not gonna be able to. You can give us.
See how hard.
You have a plane on it. When it goes like this, it just goes like that. That's the plan out. So all your fingers gonna have that.
Okay.
I told you, Kieran.
Nope, it's very.
Why are you
It's just
talking to
person
this
or
table?
finger.
I'm sorry.
You said I was lying, I wasn't.
Finger. So if I'm putting.
It looks like what they call
We have
it.
five
Bigger
arches.
fingers. Now, what you could do in the club is you can have the kids do. You get very specific.
See another one? I see a box right there.
Arches and
I have radio.
mind blowing, right?
Any pepper salad?
Arches.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when they clean.
Yeah, we have a radio. We have a radio. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have more than that. This one goes
How
like
easy
this.
is it? I see your fingers.
So it's almost like a U. You do that arch. That's the radio loop. Oh, your arch. Arch is good. See how these go? We all have those.
That's it right there. Yeah, I can see the top of it.
I didn't want to lose too much.
That's his cousin. Roots and arches.
I see that.
He was a criminal.
I see that.
Okay, you ready?
I have one. Actually, I do.
All right, who's brushing? I'm good. I was just waiting for it.
Pick it up and do like this. You usually do it. You know, on one side of it, and do it on the side. Yeah.
Or put them back up in trio cabinet.
Actually, you have an accident.
Trio cabinet.
You see it?
You got it.
Yep.
You might need to drive.
What's that out?
I mean, your little finger on your left hand. It's an accidental world because it's a little smudge, so I can't.
We'll say she has
So 5, 5, 5.
Look at there.
Look at that. She's like.
See your fingerprints was bigger.
Yeah,
Look
look
at
at
this
him.
time.
Yeah.
Trying to kiss
So we're doing well, I mean, 100%.
What did you do? You scratch up that CD?
I mean, it's got
Because I have one that's just the
You think I should put my essence stuff on?
Instead of like,
Like,
what we should have done was count the number of arches. And then base that off of 25 prints.
That's what you should do, Megan. I got your thing. I have a
And then
vision.
5%.
Alright, we're gonna play that
But
little
unfortunately,
game.
we did all the percentage.
We're gonna play a little game.
We do our
Where
percentage.
you guess who did it. Back.
Yes, it does. I
So,
thought
The
we're
number of
gonna like
people
do something, but we're have the evidence. We
Like
can't have everybody's friend and see
So
who
that's
did
what
it.
100%.
no. This would be more of your. This would be your own.
No, we're doing it together.
You do it together.
Oh, I see him. Let me try to angle.
Victoria Christian. Who was that? Derek. They liked you yesterday. You acted was cool.
You mentioned old school Foursquare fit yesterday.
In the interest of science, that's what we're going to do.
I got a piece of the side.
That's what we're saying.
See, you threw a temperature.
I've been like looking over here.
Monday? Last Tuesday?
She suggested we
We got it back already.
our kids were really.
Yeah. 5 pages
Ours should be 100%.
for the main score.
You did the yours.
Any of our kids would apply for it. They have
rules. I have loops and arches.
Yeah, we got it blocked in ours, but our kids still can get around it.
You know, we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
go
want
with
to
the-
know.
this right here.
I call lies, Kevin. Which
So
one?
this down right here.
Library.
See,
And YouTube, and then we get on YouTube. We
I'll see if I can put that one right there and tell her.
nice.
Yes, it is. Or you get that club. Song.
Are we going to sale? Did you see it?
I still don't believe it. But we'll go with it. I don't believe it.
Smeared.
Mainly because like I said, I'm stubborn.
You got a partial?
They got a partial.
Look, you see? You got a partial on it. See one?
Oh, he's there. He's out on the door.
They come up here.
He's trying to go.
Oh, yeah.
You can see the jerk, man.
He has locked himself in, my mom's bedroom.
Got a cashmere sweater from BGC.
A fur coat.
You're supposed to do the number of mailings that have.
With the symbol done at front.
Like now.
Hey, where are you going? I don't want to.
They might get a tap with the hand. Bam! Run with the hand.
Such a lie.
Bam!
She said, right here.
Yeah, look, I actually got some
I'm
yellow.
thinking about getting the hand.
You can see
down.
swirls from that way. These partial swirls.
All right, who has successfully lifted a print? Oh, very nice.
Kira,
What's happening here?
Kelly gave up, I think.
Kelly gave it up. Somebody else
How
try.
many prints have
Come on.
ours?
I did it,
Somebody try. Who did?
this one's really
yeah. Yeah, but it's very light.
It's not on here no more. I know, it's not here, it's very light. Look. It's very light, you can see little rings. And I know I can.
No, I don't wanna get it tainted.
25.
Oh, you need hands. You can see a little bit. Yeah.
I think I will.
You look so professional.
There's one.
No, I got you. Can we grab the card? Yeah, you can. You can see it.
Actually, I have 6 out of 10 on my team.
You can see yours.
6 out of 10 of my fingerprints have loops in
I use a new street.
them. So 6 out of 9.
Yeah, they should expect
This
that.
is not very easy. This is what I figured out. This is not easy.
On the whiteboard.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You would think it would be much easier.
I found that it's easier to play around, to if you say something smart, but you'll be amazed. Like, wow, man, seriously, just come up with that. You know, staff me that whole 75% sales.
You should not.
You have 4.
All right, so have y'all been doing your statistics?
Yes.
Have you found a pattern between males and females?
Oh, yeah.
No, not yet.
We're not
Yeah, we are,
Yeah, I was just
it's
thinking,
a
right?
5. We did about
She need a card.
Got it.
So now we'll go back to the basics.
4.
Oh, no, he's
I mean, you
stuck.
have.
There you go, now try.
That's the part that doesn't work.
Go this way.
He's like, I want to.
Hey, you pulled it straight off.
You have.
Did you get it?
We cheated, lady.
Oh, yeah, I looked that one. That was really
That
good.
was a cheat though.
Oh.
What'd you do?
Stick my thumb in
Stuck her finger
her
out. I stuck it on.
You have 5.
Yeah.
I thought it myself, yeah.
Wait to tell on yourself.
I'm that guy.
Usually that's.
Oh, you know.
So yesterday, you did dinner, you did usually 12, but you said you did dinner early.
I'm actually missing
You
food.
launched the entire meal and it was
49.
you know, on me. Like launched it off.
We had 29.
Was it like a BGCA jumpsuit?
I have one
Yeah.
Y'all not doing that.
It's like more wet again.
Yes.
We can't get space.
There's somebody's face. He said hi. It's Jordan. Say hi, Jordan.
What?
Jordan, look, we got you.
Well, I need to make a little, like it's always something.
Here, after you.
I mean, world.
World's Wonder. That one that you said you found, the one.
One. See what all the names have one.
I know. I was like, what, 18
2 years. The only reason I know he's 18 months is because it's like.
But he was tall, his legs wouldn't do it though. His legs would be
Back in the after, she was like 1, the girl was like 3 months old. They feel like
Girl, he was so tiny and built.
So, what you say, she got him in 1
He was
year.
so skinny and
Right?
he did understand, didn't he?
Yeah.
You're not gonna get into it. So he's just gonna go.
Is it more sensitive?
I mean, that's something I said, they have to be in school, right? I know, but I just thought it didn't make me my schedule at all.
Y'all not got to participate yet.
They're passing it out.
They was upset, they was like, man, we hate to take an extra out of here because, One Direction. We have some clothes money every weekend. Oh. I tell you. Like, always.
This group did a little better.
That's right.
And it's good for them.
Okay, so yeah, if we did it individually, if we did this individually per finger,
Andrew's over there.
that's what you do.
I have 130.
Okay. So you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
We're supposed to.
That's some of your friends.
We can't figure out the money.
He's good.
It's just like.
Figure it out. It's left based off reason. You see how he wrote it down?
Yeah, you can see it.
Your brother.
I like him.
She gonna do a Gardner Army or something?
The rest of us wrote
you're-
down 5.
The mother is all where she is.
Yeah, it's probably it. And so it's.
The guinea
harder
pig.
to come out.
Oh, you're getting it's a guinea pig. It's becoming, it's supposed to be easier, I guess. No, it's from like, yeah.
What you doing?
A guinea pig. Yeah.
All right, are we finished?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay.
next to this dad set right here.
Okay.
Which is-
Okay, well, how do you all consistent? I mean, there should have been. Oh.
Because we went to the second set, actually we decided to do the finger instead.
Ah.
So it's like the round. So I'm just gonna pack it.
That was the worst
Yeah.
experience of my
Okay,
life.
fine.
A little taller versus like,
I hope it's a city. You were at one when it's
I
like
can't.
Rural City and the county is. I think the city would though. I mean, we need to.
I used to have it.
Maryland's getting really close to it. It's not.
That's always.
They don't know, but in their rates, they give us a half on
No,
rates.
her name was Lana.
Well, I think Vespa always had friends.
See, women had,
Now for.
I saw him, look, you was like,
Great Club.
it was not.
They are great. They close to 600 straight.
No, he was,
Because.
he was
A little bit, but I don't think it's enough.
big people, try to fight my son.
And one of their breaks actually covered that for most cities, because most cities only have. Yeah, it's about a little straight. They close to 600.
okay, so what I did was.
I ain't that good at it, but
I
yeah.
took the number of
go there, open
They
the office.
hang around there.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and finish up. All right, talk to me a little bit about this activity.
Kid, not kids.
Talk to me about this activity. It's not easy, but okay, okay.
I'm not that working in the police.
Okay, so maybe middle schoolers do something like
I
this.
didn't use them after.
Okay, maybe even some high schoolers. Okay. I mean, one thing you have to think about is sometimes kids they can do things a lot better than we can. So, I mean, if you got a, you know, group of tour, you know, upper elementary, you know, I definitely wouldn't try this with the infants. No. And maybe some fourth or fifth if you've got some good, if you've got some mature ones. Okay, what about the fingerprinting? You like the fingerprinting? What did we find out? Did we find out anything? They did two different types of data sets. Instead of counting each individual worlds and that type of thing, they ended up going about it a different way.
The worlds didn't match up percentages to the numbers.
Okay.
Yeah, I went back and did the percentages of our worlds.
Right.
Men had 6% worlds.
Ah,
Women had 12%.
okay. Very good. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be something interesting to do in your class because you could actually, you know, you could actually have a more consistent population where we just have 3 men and we have the rest of them. So it kind of skews it up just a little bit. Okay. Anything else? No? Okay. And of course, this, you know, you could expand this into all kinds of things. I know Jordan was talking about having some type of mystery something set up within the club, and where the kids have to, especially with the teens, they would have to actually lift the fingerprints and try to figure out some different things with clues. That'd be really neat. You could do a whole lot of things with that. Be cool. Okay. Also, you definitely want to tie this into characteristics, traits of heredity and that type of thing. To be able to look at that, if you've got a set of siblings, you could see if their fingerprints are similar. Those types of things. You can do all kinds of stupid stuff. You can check twins or triplets.
The triplets, we have triplets. I would like to see that.
We'll have 3 sets of triplets.
There you go. Very nice.
That's your whole club,
Thank you for joining us for Club STEM. Today we learned about different types of ridge patterns in fingerprints and ways to identify those. Also, we looked at the very challenging way to lift fingerprints and hope that you enjoyed your time with us.